Bryce Harper is one of the great faces of our sport. But there are moments where he can go through some mighty slumps. He's 4 for his last 7. It's good to see him get going at the end of the weekend. Before that, 0 for 24. Did he look lost to you?
No, I think it's one of the things. He's also one of the great warriors. He came back to the All-Star game and was, I think Bryce has the mindset, we're better with me on the field than somebody else. And I think so we got a chance to really see him fight through this. But, Greg, I want to show you a couple things, because when you go through these offers, the first thing I thought of was, okay, let's look and see what he's doing. And the biggest thing, I started talking about health. But let's go roll the videotape, and I can dive in a little bit better as I look through the video. But the biggest thing, when you're in any kind of an offer streak, you got to go, how am I hitting the ball? Well, you got to get some luck, too. This ball's a line drive at the first baseman, so that's an 0 for 1. Here's another one that's a base hit, snatched away. That's an 0 for 2. So, you go back and you add up all these things. So now, next thing, I'm not 1 for 20. I'm 2 for 20. I'm 3 for 20. I'm 4 for 20. I'm 5 for 20. I actually found out he was probably about 8 for 20, had some balls falling in. But I think he's not quite healthy all the way back yet either. And that's the big thing with Bryce. Look at this. You get this happen to you? I mean, see you later. That was a bases-loaded situation. That's supposed to be a hit. He tried to smother it. No, now I'm thrown out. But I want to go back and look at physically a little bit. All right? Here's Bryce, another knock that was taken away. I can go on and on, like I said, but this is the injury. All right? Now, what happens with the injury? Bryce is always a guy that sits back on the backside of his back leg. Let's look here. This is before the injury. This is after. Look at the load. See where he's loaded back here? Gets all the way back. On this side, he can't get all the way back yet. So if you're not getting all the way back, right here he's at that point of where he's ready to take off. Look at where he's still sitting on the back leg. On the right side, he's already out front, and that's the little tick the Phillies are saying that he get a little more timing. When you can't sit on this leg like this, and this is your power, and all of a sudden you're jumping here, because Bryce is a guy that sits here, he loads, and he sits. And he can sit all day like this. That hamstring's not quite 100% back yet. When he can sit longer, he's going to explode longer. And when you can sit and wait, the ball's going to travel to you a little bit deeper. And now you can, boom, explode. So I think he's getting here, but he's jumping a little bit because he's not fully healthy yet. And when he gets fully healthy, that timing and everything else will come with that.
So his last 20 games, that's the chunk of time he's been struggling. His exit velocity, to your point that he's run into some bad luck, is almost exactly the same as it was all season long. Over 90 miles an hour of exit velo. So, yeah, I mean, he's hitting the ball hard. He's still hitting the ball hard.
Still hitting the ball hard, and he's still got a little bit more to go. But that's what you got to look at. Look, you sit there, and the first thing I said was, okay, he's 1 for 20. Has he struck out 19 times?
No.
So you go back and you look at it, and before you know it, well, he would have probably had like 8 of those 20 would have been hits.
Yeah.
So now we're saying, wow, Harper's on a hot streak. He came back. What a warrior. That's how the game is, kind of.